So I know that I said in my last video that I was on the fence about tutorials. I probably wouldn't be doing any, but you guys, I had to show you this. These are my tea time corner bookmarks, and I gave these as gifts this time during the holiday season to my clients, and they loved them. One thing I know is that they all told me that they have read or they're reading something. So I knew I had some readers on hand. But this is the perfect project for scrap fabrics. If you've been wondering something else to do for them, these are great to go ahead and make up in batches and have on standby as gifts, and even make some up for yourself. Great for kids and adults alike. And it doesn't take a lot at all. And I promise you, every recipient will definitely love them. So stay tuned and let's get started on this tutorial. So this is a very easy and a very quick project, and it's a great way to use up a lot of your scrap fabric, which is exactly what I did. So the first thing you're going to need is your scrap fabric. Whatever coordinating pieces you want, it could be all the same color, or you can just choose whatever prints you want. But like I said, it's a great way to use it up, and you can cut many of these out at a time, so you can actually do some batch projects with this. The next thing you're going to need is a 4-inch quilting ruler, or if you don't have one of these, it's okay to use your ruler, but you're just going to have to measure out a 4-inch square. And I would suggest making a template at that point, just making your own 4-inch square pattern piece. The next thing you're going to need is your rotary cutter. You can use scissors, but using a rotary cutter is a lot easier, a lot faster with this project. And then you are going to need a marking tool, whatever tool of your choice. This is my marking chalk. You can use your pens or whatever you choose. And you will also need your point turner. Whatever you use for your point turner, or something sharp. I would not suggest using your scissors for that. And you are also going to need some clips. Now, if you don't have any of these clips, you can use your pins, okay? And you're going to, of course, need your pack of tea, whatever tea you choose. I chose this Tezo Passion Tea. And yeah, your recipient may or may not like it. You can choose whatever flavor you know your recipient likes. And a ribbon to finish it off. Whatever coordinating ribbon or non-coordinating, just to make it pop just a little bit. So the first thing you want to do for this project is go ahead and cut out your 3 4-inch squares, like I said before, in whatever coordinating fabric you'd like to cut it in. And you want to interface it. I have already interfaced these on the back. I've interfaced all 3 pieces. And it's up to you what interfacing. I have tried this with the heavier interfacing and with the lightweight interfacing, and it worked just fine with both. So I would strongly suggest just use what you got, okay? A great way to use up your scrap interfacing too, if you're like me and you save those scrap pieces as well. So the first thing that you want to do when starting this project is decide where you want what. Which one do you want to be the corner? I'm going to use this as my corner, but it's going to have to be folded in half. So you're going to have to determine what you want to be seen when you fold it in half. And I don't want either of those corners. What I really want is this clock to show, or this watch. Okay, so you're going to fold that corner to corner, just fold that in half, just like that. Okay, and it is going to fit onto your other square just like this. All right, but before we do that, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and iron this, and we are going to stitch this, just edge stitch this all the way down with the coordinating thread color. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so we have our square folded to the point that I like it. We ironed it out, and now we're going to edge stitch from this corner all the way to this corner, because this is the area that I want to be seen on my bookmark. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this under here. Find your, wherever your needle is placed, you find a good spot to edge stitch on. And on this, you do not need to back stitch at either end. All right, so there is the edge stitching, and now we're going to go ahead and assemble this together. So I'm going to take, let me move this around a little bit so you can see. I'm going to take the square piece that this is going to sit on top of, and I'm going to put that, the open part of this corner, I'm going to just put that in a corner. Now, if this was a different pattern and I wanted this to show a certain spot, then I would just move this to the corner where I want it. Okay, so we got that there. And then I'm going to take my other coordinating piece and I'm going to put that face down on top of here. From corner to corner, making sure everybody's all nice and even. And then I'm going to take my clips and clip each side, making sure that this is clipped in. And then I'm going to take my marking tool, whatever marking tool you choose, and I'm just going to mark out about I'm gonna say about maybe 2 inches of an opening so that I know where to start my seam, and then when I go around I know where to stop it. So we're gonna go ahead and sew this all together. And I'm using about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. I'm going to start at that first marking, and here I am going to backspace. I'm sorry, backstitch. Confused. I'm not on the laptop. I'm on the sewing machine this time. So and I'm going to go from all the way to the other corner until it gets to about 1/4. That's a little bit too far. Let me backstitch because I do want this to be even around. There we go. And I like to backstitch at each corner personally. And as I go, I'm going to remove those clips. Okay, now that we have made our opening, we're going to go ahead and clip our threads, and we are going to move on to go ahead and finish this. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clip off each corner to make it a cleaner corner when we turn this out. So not all the way to the thread at each corner, but close to the thread. You do not want to clip through your threads. And there is no need to trim your sides. That's why we only did 1/4 of an inch quarter seam allowance. 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So now we are going to take and we are going to open this up and we're going to turn this inside out. Okay. The way that I found this to be easy is to kind of push this corner or any of the other corners just through here and get it going. And then you can start kind of pulling it out from there. All right, so you can take your finger and kind of pre-push these corners out to get them started. Sorry, I'm out of the camera. Got a corner up here. Get your finger up there and just push it out as much as possible. Okay, and you can just kind of see it kind of taking shape there. So you're going to take your point turner and you're going to insert it. Remember, I would not suggest using your scissors for this because you can easily poke through the corner. If you don't have a point turner, you can use chopsticks or any type of rounded point or something that's not going to go through your corner there. And you can see that corner being pushed out. I'm doing this very gently. I'm not pushing this hard. I'm just finding my actual corner and pushing this out. And you can see the sharp corner there. And I'm going to do this to all 4 sides. Okay, so you see you have gotten your shape here of your corner bookmark. So the opening here, you don't have to worry about that. We are going to go and we're going to press all of this. Okay, so just go ahead and press your whole square, and then we're going to edge stitch all the way around, and then it is finished and we're ready to package our gift. All right, so we have pressed this out. How cute is this? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. You have your back side there. Everything is all nice and sharp. Your corner. So in this portion, my mic went out, but we're going to keep going. So as you can see, we have pressed all of this out. It looks nice and neat. All of the corners are done and nice and sharp. And so basically now what we are going to do, you see we still have an opening here. So we are simply going to edge stitch all the way around, okay? And you just find a spot where you want to start at. It's totally up to you, but I'm going to start here at this side corner and just a little bit away from the corner, and I'm just going to simply edge stitch it all the way around. Now, when you meet up with your thread that you started with, you do want to backstitch right there to lock it in. Okay, so now we are ready to package our really cute bookmark. Let's just take a look at this really quick. How cute is this? Now, if you've never seen how this works, you just simply, let's just play like this pattern envelope is a page in the book. You just simply take to mark your page, whether you're going to come back to it later, and you just put it on the corner, okay? And it holds and you close the book just like that. But when you open up the book, this is what it looks like. How cute is this, you guys? So the way we're going to package this is you can take your T or T's, however many. You can put, I would say, maybe 2 in here. You don't want to make it too bulky. You can also gift several of these at a time, okay, to one person, say like a set of 3 in different designs, however you choose to. And then you are going to take your ribbon and you are going to go ahead and just simply tie a bow, or not, just depending on how much ribbon you're working with. Just make sure it's as even as possible. And if you don't want to do it this way, you could also drop it down into like a gift bag or put them in a box, a square box, you know, in a stack or whatever. You can even, another idea is to put like a honey stick down into the little sleeve there with the T. You could put like a honey stick in there. You could stick a highlighter in there. You can gift this with the book and just tie a ribbon around it all. There are so many ways you can gift this, and you just simply just package it up in whatever way possible. You can also color coordinate it into the recipient's favorite color. I love giving like favorite color gifts and just packaging all types of things up with it. And you can even prepare it with a mug, you know, to drink the tea in while they read. Just really a really cute, inexpensive gift that allows you to use your scrap fabric. And there you have it. How cute is this, you guys? Just a really cute gift that doesn't take a lot of time. You can actually make some of these up and have them on standby for gifts, maybe for birthdays you might have forgotten about and things like that. This is just really cute. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comments and if you're going to try to make some yourself. Have a great one. Bye-bye.